So I told myself I would never show up on screen like this. Usually my new routine is I will go take a shower, feed my baby, and then like wash myself up to be presentable to be on camera. But something told me just come as you are right now. There have been a lot of things on my mind, but what was on my mind this morning while I was sweating was about doing what the 99% of people are not doing. So I am someone who likes occult studies. I like hearing about what's going on beneath the surface, things that, the average person doesn't normally look at because we're so used to living in a fabricated world. And as I'm doing my workout, I think about how I used to play with my Sims. I used to be like a Sims nerd. And if you don't know what that is, you probably weren't a kid of the 2000s, late 1990s. But I would design my character. Usually I would always have them do the same thing, but every now and again, I would have a character where I would want them...
Exercise ring closed.
Thank you. I obviously forgot to turn this off. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Every now and again, I would have a character and I want them to be like in shape and ripped, and I would put them on the treadmill like all day, which obviously wasn't realistic because they would get tired and they want to get off and go take a shower, and then I'd be like, nope. And I'd put in my little cheat code to get them to go get back on the treadmill and do it all over again. And eventually, like within the course of like maybe 4 days, they would be buff if I continued to do that without giving them a job. But I'm like, man, am I like The Sims? Am I doing this to get to a certain level? And then what? And I started thinking about all the things that I've learned about the occult lately. And some of it I knew, some of it I didn't know. But usually when I scroll across these videos on social media, some of it feels like fear-mongering and some of it doesn't. Because you have people who want to alert others to what's really going on in society and what the reptilians are doing and what's going on. And the logical part of my brain is, okay, you're alerting everybody, but like, what are we doing to change our world? How are we trying to be different? So let me tie this into the whole workout thing. So my whole thing, like with my journey on self-development, on creating a better world, not only for others, but for myself, is staying focused. And very often when I start hearing people talk about different things going on in the world and society, I'm like, okay, so should I like not be working towards my goals or my dreams because this is not a real world and we're living in a simulation? And that's the distraction. It's part of the distraction. The other distraction is having no awareness of what's going on right now. And then when you think about The Sims, it's a literal game. So life is the game. We think that life is just supposed to go one way. You're supposed to grow up, get a job, go to school, or, switch that up, get married, and die. And on The Sims, like, you can literally do that. But it's like, I want to also bring in the movie Free Guy. I saw that this year. I'd actually been avoiding watching it for some time, but my husband loved the movie, so I sat and watched it, and I'm like, well, this is The Sims too. It's like you live every day on autopilot thinking that, things are just supposed to happen until one day you get up and make a different decision. And I think if you're someone who can get lost in, everything being revealed and what's really going on beneath the surface, if you're someone who gets lost in all of that, I think the most important thing you can remember is to stay focused on yourself. So while I'm working out, I'm like, okay, so what do I focus on? Do I keep doing these kettlebell swings, or, do I hide and, get off social media completely and don't do any of this? And the smarter part of my brain is like, no, just stay focused. That's all. Just have that awareness. I don't know what a lot of these people on, social media want you to do with the information. I think like that's something I don't see. They want you to be aware and do your research, but then it's like, what do you do with the research after? I want people to remember to have an awareness about what's going on. And I don't necessarily want to be the one to tell you that either. Like, do your own research, but have that awareness because it's going to help you stay focused on yourself and on your goals. and on your dreams. You can create anything you want in this life. In The Sims, you can decide to be a doctor one day and then quit your job and go work in the Pizza Hut the next. Or have no job, figure out the cheat codes, aka crypto. I'm assuming that's what that is in the real world. Live like whatever fantasy life that you want, but understand like nothing is fixed in this life. You can do whatever you want. And what the 99% are not doing is staying focused. So many people are NPCs, non-playing characters, just walking around thinking that everything is just as it is, doing the same thing every single day and not like training their mind to do something different. And that doesn't always have to be working out. For some people, that could be following their passion. For others, it could be opening themselves up to love. Everything you see in the media, 9 times out of 10, is a distraction. And if that's your thing, then that's absolutely fine. But if you choose to live another life and take more control of, what's going on in your life and your world, then like I said, have that awareness, be able to separate yourself from everything going on. And I think one of the reasons I've been successful in my own right and not really getting too pulled into what's going on is I spend a lot of time alone. And I have fought with this for a very long time because I'm like, I need friends and I need social interaction and I need this and I need that. And while I think connection is great, I think we all came here with a mission in life. And not everybody has the same mission, but the underlying code is the same. We're here to wake each other up in different ways. So my specific mission is to use my voice to help people get back in touch, not only with their mental health, but with their spiritual health as well. And in doing that, you're able to do other things no matter what you do in life. And when I use that gift, I don't focus on what's going on the outside world. I don't worry about if I have enough friends around or, if I'm being social enough in the real world. I'm doing the things that make me happy. I'm spending time with my family. I'm spending time with myself. I'm learning and developing and building. And it's not a perfect journey. Like I said, I get lonely. That's not a lie. I don't think people express that enough. And I think that's why social media can be such a big thing, because people feel lonely in this world. They want to feel some sort of connection to what's going on or, something that they know will make them feel good. And I think sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Part of it seems like they want you to stay trapped in this digital world where you're not connecting to anyone in real life. And so you have to watch them on a screen all day. And that's something that's being fought right now, because it's like, how do we get this information out to other people? Let's stay on a screen. And, honestly, I think that's the way of the future. I think screens are not going away anytime soon. But I think knowing how to limit yourself and have certain boundaries when it comes to that will help you in the long run. And that's what I learned, on a spiritual journey with sacred medicine, plant medicine, psychedelics, is like, it teaches you to stay in touch with spirit no matter what. Because the world around you is going to continue evolving and changing, and it's going to make you want to be a part of all of these things going on. And while some people could go off grid and not have anything to do with it and live separately, some people still immerse themselves in that world because it's how they make money, or it's how they have connection with other people. But let's say, for example, I'm a speaker and I make my connection off of creating these videos for you guys. But I don't want to live in the digital world. So what do? I do my work, just like you could do a job. You clock out and then you go back into the real world. You don't have to stay here. You don't have to make 10,000 friends. You do your work, you fulfill your mission, and then you go back into the regular world. 99% of people are asleep. And that's what's really going on right now. Like, there's so many people who just, they're sucked into a false reality. They're so busy paying attention to what's going on with, Kanye, Balenciaga, and I scroll through and I see random things, but I don't get sucked into it because it has nothing to do with my goal and my mission in life. So if I could give any advice to anyone, it's like, separate yourself from what's going on right now. Separate yourself from the news and the media. And honestly, even what you'll follow or come across on social media, unless that's someone's job and you want to interact with it to kind of like feed them. I feel like a lot of people feed off of someone coming in and interacting with them. but it's like work. You have to know when to put it down and walk away. You have to know what's truly feeding your spirit. For me, I'm not perfect at all, not even close. Don't even think I am. But what feeds my spirit is knowing that somewhere my work is touching someone else and helping them to wake up as well. And saying, hey, I can build this life for myself and not get so immersed in another place that I forget about who I am and what I came here to do. So I'm glad I shared this today. I know I don't and that's me just judging myself. I'm like, I don't look my best. I'm all sweaty and my hair is not done. But stop paying attention to what other people are doing. Stop thinking that you cannot create whatever world you want to live in. Start looking at the world as a literal video game. You are a free guy. You put on the glasses, you wake up and you see that this world can be anything you want it to be. You don't have to stay stuck living one life. You don't have to be blue shirt guy, putting on the same shirt every day, walking by and seeing the same people grumble and complain about the same things. And, life is life. And you get to choose how you want to live it. So until next time, let love lead the way.